I'm going to run through the basics of using the new OhmRGB with the new version of Arkaos' Grand VJ version 1.65, which has support for the OhmRGB. In this demo, I'm using the OhmRGB Slim, which is the latest model in the Ohm series. This is a really nice setup because it automatically maps an 8-layer VJ software to the controller and gives you visual feedback on everything here. To make sure you have it loaded, when you start a new project, it'll prompt you, but you can always just go to load mapping template, and then you can go ahead and select your controller and click OK. I'm going to hit cancel because I already have it mapped. And then in your preferences, just make sure you have feedback type set to OhmRGB. So like I said, there's 8 layers. The nice thing about this is you have your 8 layers here, and there's 8 layers by default, so it really matches up. And you get feedback between what you have selected in different layers. So I'm going to just work with layer 1 and 2 right now, kind of show you how it works. So these are all the opacity controls. So these control the transparency of each layer. So I can go ahead and select layer 1, throw a visual in there, and you can see just clicking on here it shows green, whatever you have selected. I can also go to layer 2 and you can see it turns blue, which means that's selected on a different layer. This is the green is the active on this layer. But I have the transparency down. If I bring it back up, you can see how I mix these 2 layers together. There's some basic controls on here. You can also do your own MIDI mappings, but I'm going to run through the basic controls. You have your visual controls here on the top row, and this is for the speed adjustment. This is for the segment adjustment, and then this is your scratch sensitivity and your scratch, which is a new feature in Grand VJ. So you can see I can set the sensitivity here, and then I can use this knob to do the scratching. This next row is assigned to effects. So if I go over to the effects section here, I can assign an effect, and then I can use these knobs to adjust that effect parameter. And it works for any effect you have. It has up to 4 parameters, so you'll see if I have multiple parameters here, these will control the first 3 parameters of that effect. So I'm going to head and turn off the effects here. Alright, so now I have this next row here, which is the mixing and the position and size. The first one you'll see is the position and size. This controls the tiling of the image, and you can see with different images it's global to this layer. And this controls the presets. So there's different effects, position and size presets you can use here. And then these are for the, this one is not assigned, but this last one is for the mixing controls. It runs through different mixing presets. Turning everything back to 0 will reset it. This is brightness and contrast for your output settings here. This is a master control, and this is your input volume and your output volume. This is crossfader. I don't have AB set up right now, but this would be crossfade, and this would be transport to go over to A and B, just to automatically switch over to that layer. You have your A and B controls up here. You also have, you can clear, you can turn everything off and kill everything, start from scratch, and then you can just delete different layers. This is a really nice setup because out of the box you have a really easy, complete VJ control and VJ software. Does 8 layers, and really there's nothing you need to do in terms of mapping. You just have to load the mapping on startup, and everything is automatically set up for you.